Good day, brother. I just want to share something. Hopefully, you can help me, or the Power FM listeners could help me. Brother, I've been involved in community development projects for some time now. I've learned different types of business sciences. So during my experiences as an entrepreneur, I believe that the challenges that I'm facing is growth funding and capacitated team, educational support, and a networking platform. But only to find that yes, those are the challenges the entrepreneurs face globally, but they were not really the main challenge for me because they were actually orchestrated challenges. How I discovered that in 2020, I applied for a bursary. This bursary, I got it through Mahal City Municipality. So what happened was that I was an active, I still am an active citizen. So I submitted a proposal to Mahal City Municipality to be considered, for the craft to be considered in the integration development plan. So in 2020, when a bursary was advertised for entrepreneurship, I believe that was part of the program to support people like us. So yeah, the bursary was advertised through a WhatsApp group that was started by, I wouldn't say a counselor, but he was part of the administration of the WhatsApp group of what 33. And others, I will say they are participants within his ward. They are the youth who he works with closely, who he has chosen to work with closely. I could say I could put it in that manner. So I applied for this bursary. How I applied it, I had to go through the municipality in person into the municipality. So I discovered that the bursary is offered by GCRA, the Gauteng City Region Academy. So I also find out later while I was enrolling in 2020, because the bursary was advertised in 2020. I applied for it. There's an agent, I like to believe, called Dial Point, that was communicating with me in terms of administrating the bursary. So they contacted me. We did everything that was supposed to be done according to their process, but then the program stopped. And in 2020, in 2021, that's when we continued. So as I was learning in 2021, I realized or discovered that the bursary it's offered by GCRA, but there is other components like Da Vinci was part of the cooperative, Dial Point was part of the cooperative, and I also found out that the National Development Plan is also part of the cooperative. So my challenge was that I was disrupted within the program that was in. I was learning with Da Vinci Institute as it was part of the cooperative of the entrepreneurship program. So I was given attitude, I was treated in a different manner. I got concerned, but firstly I studied the behavior. Why am I being treated like this? Why is everyone against me? But it all started with the lecturer, how she was treating me, giving me that type of attitude. I focused on her and learned her, but then eventually, I would say, got to make her, I mean, like, she was doing it directly within, while we were doing onboarding. While we were doing onboarding, she was doing directly because we were attending in person. I think it was her way of motivating the class that you have to treat him like this and like this, because the minute she stopped, that's when the class, the group that I was learning with, that's when they took over. They started doing what she was doing, plagiarizing my work, bullying me, like they'll be against my answers. I mean, they'll give a wrong answer, like as an obviously wrong answer, but then they'll support each other just to outsmart me, and even the lecturer will support something like that. So I dealt with the lecturer, then dealt with the group for plagiarizing my work and all those things that they were doing to me. Now I was left with what's called the student convener and the program coordinator. They did not want to communicate with me. They used the group to block me, to get hold of them. So as I eliminated the group from communicating with me or blocking me from reaching out to them or disrupting me, I started communicating with them, and then they took leave. It was like the student convener was disrupting me technologically. He was resubmitting my work, as in my assessment. Like if the due date for an assignment is like today, then I submitted my assignment today or on time or in time before today. He'll submit it tomorrow. He'll resubmit it tomorrow without making any changes. So I started questioning him, and I realized that he's doing this thing deliberately. I decided to report him to the IT department. The IT was also busy with their own things. They couldn't help me with other incidents that I've been reporting concerning the IT. Eventually reached out to the IT manager. IT manager also was part of the collaboration. He referred me back to the people who couldn't help me in the help desk. It's quite complex because these things was happening simultaneously. So as these people, the convener and the coordinator took leave, running away from answering my questions, they handed over to other people who were supposed to try and confuse me, but they couldn't. So what they did is they relied on, we had meetings so that they can answer my questions and also resolve other incidents that I've been reporting, because there was no action in terms of everything that I was reporting. So they handed over to those people because I requested that I need a platform to report fraud, because I believe that what he was doing, it was almost like an identity theft, because they'll plagiarize my work. Like my account was like connected to his account. Or when I attend, like if I attend a session online, whatever I do, like if I record a video, it will go through him before. It's quite complex. Some of the things I can't even explain. Like if we have a meeting on Teams application, and then I record the meeting, instead of the video going direct to my OneDrive, it will go to him, then he will modify it. That's when it will go to OneDrive. So it was kind of like a shared drive, but then everybody was accessing my OneDrive, but I couldn't access other people's drives. So that was my kind of concern. So eventually, when I was having a meeting with those people who were handed over the matters, they also couldn't answer me. They realized that they are actually, they've been put into something they can't handle. So if they entertain my concerns or give me attention, it will leave them in trouble. So what they did is they relied on the IT. IT locked me out of the system. I was supposed to submit some of the assessment. They locked me out. I couldn't submit. Fortunately, most of the work I was proactive. Like I would submit my work in time and stuff like that. So as I was locked out of the system, I decided to reach out to GCRA, who has offered me the bursary, but then I also didn't win. I reached out to Dial Point, I also didn't win. So now, as I tried to call the Dial Point and GCRA, the phone just rings, nobody's answering. So I just thought, okay, let me try to create a blog so I can share everything that I'm experiencing. Maybe and then refer people journalists on my blog so they can help me with investigations. But then these people are very powerful because like they are hacking me. They will observe everything that I do every day on my phone. Um, they access my web. They block browsers when I share information. Like if I'm sending an email and attach a document, that email wouldn't go through. If I'm trying to Google an article to learn, the browser or the Google search engine will tell me connection is being interrupted. This is something that is happening often. Like so, today I try to share a request for proposal on LinkedIn with some of my connections. This lady told me that she didn't receive. She actually asked me to resend it because she didn't receive it. I realized that I posted the RFP before on my on LinkedIn, so that everyone on my connection could see it and could respond to it. But then they couldn't receive it. They asked me to send to them individually. I did that. They couldn't receive it. So now today I tried to communicate with this one lady who asked me, "Have you hired someone for the position that you had available on your project?" I said, "No, I've been trying to share this RFP, but my browser, it's like it's blocked. Let me share. Let me resend it." I did that. I shared it. I shared the RFP document in a form of PDF direct to her inbox on LinkedIn. It failed. I emailed it to her. The email went through according to my emails, but she said she didn't receive it. But the minute I sent that email, I received a response from her, from the very same email address that I sent to, which belonged to her. But the message, it didn't have a message. It just had, it's just a signature that was sent to me. Her contact details, her business, the business that she's running, the services that she's providing. So it was more of that. But surprisingly, I'm asking myself who had sent that email back to me if she did not receive my email, because obviously she didn't send that email back. So I'm facing quite complex difficult situation. Yeah, I'm disrupted through technology. It was also through community members. Everyone that I get close to, they'll use them to betray me, to get information, what I'm going to do. Then I'll be disrupted. My plans will be implemented, stuff like that. So like, I would like to be assisted with investigations. Like, I would like to start with the bursary. I would like to be helped to contact GCRA to find out how do they administrate the programs of offering bursaries, and how do they manage the bursaries, who are the components involved, the cooperative involved in the bursary issuing and stuff like that. So I can discover what was the role of the VNC and who's been supervising the VNC, what was the involvement of the National Development Plan, because we were instructed, I was instructed, and everyone in the class, I don't know if they did follow, because we get instructed to do something as a group, and then individually they'll be advised not to do how to do it properly, and I will be left in the dark doing what we were told as a group, as into like when you fill up your assessment cover page on the sponsor, on the sponsor or the employer, you write the National Development Plan. So when I ask what is the involvement of the National Development Plan, how could they sponsor me while I did not receive any contract, or I'm not receiving any sponsorship from them, anything like that. So can I get to understand what is really the involvement of the National Development Plan in what I'm doing? That's when the trouble started. When people started taking leave, handing me over to other people just to try to confuse me. But when they realized they couldn't confuse me, they also decided not to get involved. That's when the IT decided to log me out of the system. I tried to contact GCRA. That's when everything stopped. That's where I ended up. So yeah, I'd like to be clear. I'd like to get hold of GCRA, municipality, the VNC, Dial Point, and the National Development Plan, so I can ask them questions regarding my capture and the disruption that I've been involved in, because I still believe what I'm experiencing now, even when I'm outside their system, they're still following me to disrupt me, because there was an attempt to steal the intellectual property. What I'm thinking basically is that these people, there's an identity fraud. They have someone who's acting to be me on their behalf. So their job is to steal my intellectual property and block me from progressing and silence me, so that the people cannot know who's actually responsible for the intellectual property. Whoever is an imposter, whoever they have chosen to act or to pretend to be me, is just there maybe to authorize reports or something. I don't know. I really need help with this. This is deep. What I've experienced, it's horrible. It's horrible. What the community have done to me, as a way of disrupting me. Like, I've experienced terrible things. So yeah, I just want to take it step by step to reveal all that is happening. But the first step, I believe, is the GCRA. That's where I got the bursary. That's where I got captured. So the other components, or the cooperative component, came after. So I think GCRA will be the key to finding out the truth of whom to follow to ask these questions that I have. Yes, thank you.